So dig it. Look, the city of Washington, D.C. finally figured out all my stuff, figured out who dicked me over in the city, and I'm moving to River Point today, down at Buzzard Point. It's called Buzzard Point, but the apartments is called River Point. And it's right at the confluence of the Anacostia River and the Potomac, right near the military base and Syfax and Greenleaf, and near the stadiums for the soccer and the baseball. So maybe less ratitude and more natitude. And even though I don't really associate myself as from DC, I live here now, I guess. Free apartment and disability. Time to get packed and move on out of here. So you see, yeah, yay for me. Yay for me. Wacky, huh? Even the air in here smells funny. Wonder what they're doing. Oh, my roommate Wayne just told me earlier, they do put shit in the air and in the water here. Just like Fairfax County adult detention in there. Torture, torture. No wonder I almost get arrested a few times. Look, they even put white bread in here, make me feel bad. Hey, so like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm heading to Pittsburgh today. I gotta head out the door right now, get myself dressed up, and then go have a meeting with the Office of Tenant Advocacy here for Washington, D.C. And because of the multiple assaults and that there's people who live here who tried to murder me on December 30th, they actually live in the building. And the assault person from 2 weeks ago lives in the building. And I was just assaulted down the hill and staff does nothing to help me. I might have to leave D.C. maybe for a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. I have a meeting with the lawyers from the city about my housing to figure out what the fuck's going on. And I think they're going to help me. Maybe people from church will help me. I don't know. And not just any church, Shiloh Baptist Church right here in Washington, D.C. All love, Jalo, somebody help me. Okay, Saturday night. Question is, do I go to church today? Do I go to church today? Well, I guess I cooked the beans and figured out because I have to eat the beans and rice because I ain't got shit. This place here don't help me with no food unless I want breakfast. I'll tell you what breakfast consists of here. You can get 2 little boxes of cereal and a fruit cup and a thing of milk, a little milk, if you drink milk or eat fruit cups. Or you can get 2 little oatmeal cups and then milk and a fruit cup. And then for lunch you get 2 pieces of white bread, 1 piece of meat, and 1 piece of fake cheese on your meat, and you get a chips and a soda. And at dinner you can have 1 dinner or 4, depending on if the guy's sweating and looks at you crazy or not when he gives it to you. And so basically, it's just about August. I forget what day it is, like a couple days away. I'm still here at Valley Place waiting, yet no housing. All I do is draw now. I don't paint anymore. My shit was all stolen when I was gone the other day. My really beautiful Power and Peralta skateboard, the Bones Ripper with the reggae style on it, that's gone too. It was black and it had like the red and the yellow and the green Bones Ripper on it, and like this. And I was gonna get this tattooed a few weeks ago, but I've got it rescheduled for later in August. I hope I don't have to reschedule again, but I'll get that colored in and I'll get my knuckles tattooed again right down there in Fredericksburg at Jack Brown's Tattoo. Love you. I seriously hate Monday mornings. But like, I'm thankful because I used to take this drug or medication that we call Zyprexa. The generic is called olanzapine. And the first few years I took it, I basically slept 20 hours a day. I only left where I lived at my parents' house, or whatever you want to call them, in Franklin Farms, Herndon, Virginia, whatever, near Reston. I only left to go to the bar, and I'd get water at the bar, drive my friends who were drunks there, or I'd go to band practice with the Ludovico technique, and that's it. And I used to go to work, but now I'm not. Hey, so this is my question. How many of y'all have done fake karaoke or fake TV news in public settings like doctor's offices or cafes, and you really actually drove people crazy and nuts, making them think that they're crazy and schizophrenic rather than magic or spiritual. And then guess what you did? You took money for it. And you deceived the whole world, and you worked with the evil doctors whose symbol is, guess what? 2 flying snakes wrapped around what? What is that thing called? It's called a mace. And they open Congress, the House of Representatives, every day with a mace. And they put it in its place and they say a prayer. How do you pray?
So, I'm really hoping for results very quickly and very soon from the director here at Valley Place, Maisha Pinkard, and or the executive director here, Christina Kuntz, at Friendship Place, which Valley Place is part of Friendship Place. Unfortunately, I've been sitting here for months and months and months and months being lied to by Renee Carson, who actually took my clothing allotment when I got here and gave it to someone else and said Tonisha Carter, that her boss told her to give away my stuff to somebody else. How come I don't have shit? Are they supposed to feed us here? Or they give me a hard time you're not getting toilet paper here or whatever. And,
Looks like I figured out who's been stealing my stuff. Question is, who drives this van all the time? What's up? Who else stuff they've been stealing? Who else stuff they've been stealing? And you ain't even supposed to have dogs here. Them are gonna be keeping dogs in the place and all that weird shit. And just because I'm like that, y'all know this is true. And you know how? Because I cut all these bushes down when it was still winter basically out here. And now they're growing back. Mental health courts is fun. Peeing in a cup is fun. Entering mental health courts is very good, but then my attorney, Kevin Cassis, said that I wouldn't be entering into mental health courts for a few weeks and that, gee, that'd be we'd sign the paperwork later. I don't think he's even a public defender. When we first went to court recently, I asked him if he was a public defender and he said he was. I'm going to ask the local authorities if Kevin Cassis is a public defender attorney or if he's a special attorney that was assigned to be by some rich people. Because I don't got no money and I've always had public defenders. Hey, Brian Kennedy out in Fairfax. You got a lot of Shiloh people up here in DC too, working for the police and the military and the Secret Service. And this right here is the headquarters for the Secret Service. Someone I grew up around, he works up there. His name is Daniel Liam Singer. Him and his wife came and saw me when I was living under tarps and shopping carts a few blocks up that way at 19th and Pennsylvania a couple years ago. But guess what? They didn't come out and help me like they said they were. In fact, that was the last time I saw them when they said they were going to help me. And they work up in there and they make fun of the people with the badges and the uniforms up there. Dan Singer. His brother's Matthew Singer, who I've known since I was a little baby kid. Matthew Singer, you understand. And Matthew Singer is a diplomat and he's married to a woman from China who he calls Wing Wei. And after I got a psych ward in 1998, the first place I showed up at was his wedding. And then they abandoned me, I guess, just like everybody else from Reston, Virginia, and from my family. I think there's something going on in DC today. Weird shit going on all around here, seems. And I think all these assholes from Reston are trying to blame it on me. And I think they try and use my fucking name. I used to be called Than Vizdos growing up. But I realized Than means death. Thanatopsis is the study of death. Thanos is the Viking death god or whatever. So I decided to go be calling Nate after my friend Aaron took me under the water from Shiloh on the 5th Sunday in July back in 2018. We were in a leadership class, a Fredericksburg 2017 Chamber of Commerce class together, and he invited me to his church. And then guess what happened? I said, hey, why don't you call me Nate from now on? It was pretty cool. And I just I give it all heart to the people actually who read the holy books and realize there's something going on instead of the people who get paid to scramble and try and ruin everyone's lives worldwide and mine. And so Than Vistus, A lot of people around here just go Vizdo. It's Vizdos. It's a silent H, and it's Slovak. And what else? Oh, I'm gonna go over here and get a cup to beg, because I guess everyone says I have a house and billions of dollars or whatever, but I'm gonna get a cup and go beg in the doorway that I beg at up there. And that's where I always beg. And no one from Reston helps me or my family. And then after I get a couple dollars, I'm gonna get an iPhone charger, because the shit where I live at keeps getting stolen. It's a homeless place where they drug us, and the food, the water, and the air, which my roommate confirmed, because he likes that shit. And that's why he was in the apartment, because they put gas in the air at night and he enjoys it. Oh, he also makes drugs in the fucking bathtub, and then I take baths in it and almost get arrested when I go nuts. Which I guess is why I can do this, and why people from Reston are leaving the country and hiding. Literally. Leaving the fucking country and hiding. And some of them have top clearances. In fact, one of them visited the White House Peace Vigil when I was over there, and he said to Filipos Malakubello, he says, we've had one of them in the Senate since the 50s. That's because I have wires and pulleys inside of my body. It's slave master shit. The newer versions, though, can be controlled by apps, and that's why the slaves do what they're told. My shit's all broken, though, because I've broken all my bones skateboarding. Anyways, there's shit in my body. We're going to figure it out eventually, hopefully, so we can save all the kids in the world and they don't have to deal with this weird shit. And blah, blah, blah. Because I don't give a shit, and I'm going to go get a cup to go beg, and I don't care what's going on with these folks. It's the same thing since I was a child born into this world in 1972. Same thing, just orange is the new white. You don't know how I know that? Ask the man Ice Cube, who's a rapper from the group called NWA. And I'm not allowed to say that because I was almost beat again. I took a blow, had this bone broken 2 days ago over in Anacostia down the hill from where I live. 3 weeks ago, a man walked up to me, tried to get my weed from me, then hit my hand and broke my fucking wrist. And then guess what? No one cares still. And they hit me, a group of kids, and then a bunch of adults were going, fuck you, white man, get out of here. And then I waited for the bus, and I went to Trader Joe's and got some water. Then I went back to where I live, got off the bus at the same place, and went up the hill and got rice and beans. And well, I made rice and beans with the water I bought at the store because I didn't use their water. It's kind of like the Fairfax.
Waiting to get housing sucks. I actually got my voucher last year, or well, I was told I was approved for housing last year by Abby at Miriam's Kitchen. And then she came to the camp where I lived at Triangle Park, and then met me at Starbucks and took all my documents and information. And then I found that I was qualified for housing again this year, and a man named Virgil Murphy from MBI became my case manager, according to Tina Somerville from Miriam's Kitchen. Yet, however, I'm really case managed by Friendship Place. Can someone help me understand this, please? And why I'm not doing better?
So the special boating knot, and all bow sons learned this as the last knot, is the paper knot. You take a piece of paper and you tie it in your knot. And then if anyone went in your room. So my wallet was stolen by magic kids when I was at the laundromat today in Cardozo. Then a woman was going to help me and give it back to me, and she did. And then another magic person stole it from me on the way to the train, but she just she pickpocketed it out of my laundry stuff. And now my laundry's wet downstairs in the fly room, so I got to go get it and take the trash out first. All right? Then I'm going to Pittsburgh tomorrow, but don't tell nobody.